Hey guys, today is my week 20 to 22 pregnancy update. I just turned 23 weeks today actually, so I'm finally on track and recording on time. Proud of myself. So let's start with 20 weeks. I know in my last video I think I said that Barn felt the baby at 19 weeks, but he saw the baby kick before he felt it, and he felt it around 20 weeks. I'm not sure exactly the day, but it was during the 20th week. So yeah, he saw it. He saw kicks before he actually felt it. My girlfriend gave me a swing that she had for her son. So this is the swing that my same friend gave me. It's from Fisher Price. I'm not exactly sure the name of it. Maybe I can find it, but it can switch positions. I don't know if I can do this with one hand. Oh yeah, there we go. Yeah, so it can switch like that, or it can turn the other way, and then it rocks back and forth like this. But it has little sheep on it. It's super cute, and it has different sounds, and yeah, the rocking. I just thought it was really cute. So 20 weeks, my headaches finally started getting better. I started eating more frequent, and that seemed to help my headaches. I think it had dealings with my blood pressure. I think my blood pressure used to drop, and I used to get really bad headaches. Yeah, they were really frequent. I used to get them a lot between 15 weeks and 20 weeks. I used to get them really frequent. Now not so much. Thankfully, maybe it just passed. Maybe it was just a thing going on. 20 weeks, halfway. Wow. Well, I'm 23 weeks now. Time is just flying by, but over halfway already. So I wanted to do a body update for you guys. So this is at 20 weeks, so not what I am right now. My bust was 34.5. The smallest part of my waist is 29, and this is all in inches. My bump was 34.75. My butt was 37 inches. My bust grew 2.5 inches from like the first time I measured, which I'm not sure exactly. It was July 16th, so it was just when I found out I was pregnant. So my bust grew 2.5 inches. The smallest part of my waist grew 3.5 inches. My bump has grown 3.25 of an inch, and my butt has grown 1 inch. Everything else, like my legs, my quads, my arms, yeah, I measured all that. It's all still the same. And my weight was 127 pounds, and at 20 weeks, I was 136 pounds. So what is that, 9 pounds? Yeah, so I gained 9 pounds in, how many weeks was that? 20, obviously, duh. So week 21, I noticed the line on my belly was getting darker. What's it called? I'm not even gonna try because I would butcher it. I noticed my belly button is getting shallower. My belly has gotten tighter. Even Barn mentioned that he noticed my belly was getting tighter. We had a 3D ultrasound. Hold on, I need to readjust. Oh, my back is getting bad. We had a 3D ultrasound booked for 21 weeks. So it was like a 2D, 3D, and 4D, which is just 3D live, which was really awesome. The lady that done it, she was so nice, and she was very like informative. She showed us everything, like the brain and different parts of the heart, and she showed us blood flow. She showed us the belly, like everything. Barr told her as soon as we got in the room that we didn't know the sex and we didn't want to know. She was like, okay, great, I'm glad you told me that, because she's like, you know, she could have let it slip. So she didn't check for the sex until the very end of the session. I think it was like a 45-minute session. She showed us like everything. The baby was head down, feet up, and he was squirming a lot, like usual. Like at the beginning, his bum was kind of over on the right side, and then at the end he was kind of on the left side, but his feet was like way up in my, almost up in my ribs. Not really though, because they're not that big, but Oh, another thing too, she took measurements of the head. What else was it? The brain, like the brain, whatever else. I can't remember if she took arms, but she took legs too. Most of the measurements were coming up in like the 50th percentile, which is usually like in the middle, not like a bigger baby or like a smaller baby. Yeah, it was kind of right in the middle, except for the legs. Apparently he or she had really long femurs, and I personally have really long femurs. Like, I have long legs compared to my body size. Like, my legs are probably, I'm pretty sure, like the same length as Barnes, except my body is a lot shorter than his. So yeah, he has long legs like his mama, or she, sorry, I keep saying he, but I've been saying he for so long now that I don't know if I have a feeling that it's a he, or if it's just because I've been calling it a he for so long that it's kind of grown on me. But I feel like if it's a girl, it's gonna like, I'm gonna be so shocked. I'll be super excited either way, of course, no matter what. But I just feel if it's a girl, I'm gonna be like shocked. But we find out that on the 10th, so a little over a week. We fly out a week from, what's today? Today's the 1st. Today's December 1st. So we fly out on the 8th. And then we get home on the 9th, and then we're doing the gender reveal the day after, because I want to do it like right away, because I need to know. Anyways, I'm gone on ahead. So the ultrasound, yeah, the leg was coming up in the 90th percentile, while the rest of the body was in the like 50th percentile range. So the legs were kind of throwing it off. What else was it? Oh, so that I was 21 weeks at this ultrasound. But their measurements were kind of lining up with my first due date. So I don't know if you remember, but early on, my due date was March 23rd. That was my due date based on my last period. And then when I done my first ultrasound, I guess the baby was measuring a little small, so they pushed my due date a week later, so March 30th. But most of the measurements were lining up with March, like a week early, on March 23rd. And the weight, at the time, the baby was weighing 1.1 pound. And my app for today for 23 weeks is saying that the baby is now 1.1 pound, but the baby was 1.1 pounds like 2 weeks ago. So I feel like I might, if I do go on time, like if I go on my due date, I'll probably go more towards March 23rd. But if I'm late, obviously it'll be more towards March 30th, but we'll see. So yeah, that was that. Let's see what else I had wrote for the ultrasound. We got some pretty good pictures. When she checked at the end, she did get pictures, or she did get to see the sex, so she gave us an envelope with a picture in it, I guess either of whatever it is, a girl or boy. And we sent that home to a lady back home. So I'm not going to tell you what we're doing for our gender reveal. So she's preparing it so it's ready for when we get home, because we won't have a lot of time to make it. So yeah, so that was fun. She got to see it, because I think the whole session the baby had his or her legs tucked up under them, so she couldn't see anyways. But I guess at the end the baby moved. So far this baby is being very cooperative. It's very like active, like it's moving all the time, but very cooperative. I hope it stays that way. She estimated that the baby would be it would be over 7 pounds, under 8 pounds at birth, which I think both me and Byron, we're both under 8 pounds, like in the 7 pound. So looks like that's, I mean, I think it changed, but the baby had its mouth open a ton. The whole session the mouth was kind of open, which she said you don't really see a lot of. So that was cool, and we got to see the baby swallowing and yawning. We saw him yawn a few times. That was so cute. Like he or she I'm just gonna say he. I'm just gonna, like, I just keep saying he, so I'm just gonna say he. He would stretch right out and like tip his chin back, and this huge yawn. It was like just like a baby yawning. It was so cute. Oh yeah, so we saw him yawn a couple times, and he would like rub his eye. You seen him like rubbing his eye, so he must have been like waking up from a nap. But it was super cute to see the yawn and the rubbing the eye, and he had his hands up around his face a lot, like covering his face. So I went back to work at 21 weeks, 2 days, but I had a lot of lower back pain, and I wasn't sleeping well at all. So I did finish work around 21 and a half weeks, or kind of towards 22 weeks. I did go off on a medical leave. My job, I'm an equipment operator, so I run equipment all day, really long days, 16-hour days, with an hour commute each way. And it's winter now, so there's a lot of like delays and traffic, and it's really long days. And I was not sleeping like for my nights. I think I slept like 4 hours one night, and then 3 hours and 3 hours the next 2 nights or days. And that's, for night shifts, that's not long. I used to I don't drink coffee, I don't drink tea, I never drank energy drinks or anything like that. I used to take caffeine pills. So anyways, the not sleeping and the like really bad back pain and leg cramps, I went to my doctor and he took me off on medical leave. So here in Canada, you can go off on maternity leave starting December 3rd, 12 weeks early, which I still have, what, 17 weeks left. So basically I can go off on sick leave or disability leave, I guess, before I take my maternity leave, if that makes sense. It's probably confusing if you're not Canadian, but yeah, so I am off work right now, and I'm like, sleeping is still not the best. Okay, so my ears. This is like the only pregnancy symptom that I have, other than like weird, like not counting like back pain and stuff. So my ear, it's usually my left ear, it clogs all the time, almost like there's water stuck in there, and it gets very uncomfortable. Most times it happens when I go to the gym all the time. No matter when I go, my ear clogs, and then I can't hear, and if I'm talking, it's like cracking and popping, and it's very uncomfortable. And it just happens at like the most random times, like not when I shower or anything like that, but all the time. When I did go see my doctor for my medical leave, he did check my ears, and he said that there was a little bit of fluid in my left ear, but I mean, there's nothing like you can really do for it. I couldn't really take anything. I wasn't looking to take anything. I just wanted him to like check it out because it was weird. But it's still happening even now. The first time I wrote it down was at 21 weeks though. So, but I feel like it's been happening longer than that. Maybe like 20 weeks. But yes, it's super annoying, and like I've never experienced that before. I don't know. Is that a pregnancy symptom? Yeah, so and it just won't pop, like it won't go away. It goes away on its own like after a while, but there's nothing that I can do to get it to go away, you know what I mean? And then my nose kind of gets runny too at the same time. Another very TMI and not fun pregnancy symptom is every time I sneeze, well, not every time, but a lot of time when I sneeze, I like dribble a little bit. You're probably wondering, why am I telling you this? Because it is quite embarrassing, but it is what it is. I definitely need to work on my giggles. I don't really do a lot of them, but I try. My mom told me to try and stop my pee when I'm peeing, like stop it and then go. But that's really hard. But even like if I don't need to pee, like if, like right now I don't need to pee and I can sneeze and I can still like dribble a little bit and I can go and pee and nothing will come out. It's so weird. Like, is my bladder really that weak? Anyway, so that's that. And that has been happening for a while. I haven't mentioned that before, but it has been happening for a while. I'll be honest with you. Yeah. So week 22, I definitely started showing through my clothing and people could tell that I'm pregnant. I went to my Christmas party and yeah, I wore a tight dress. And when I go to work, I wear a lot of like baggy clothes, and I thought I was hiding it really good. It wasn't a secret at work, but I didn't like spread it around. Okay, so yeah, you can definitely notice I'm pregnant. A couple people I noticed at 22 weeks started touching my belly at the Christmas party. At my Christmas party, a couple people touched my belly, which it wasn't a big deal. Like, I mean, if it was strangers, yes, but it was all people I knew, all my friends, so yeah. So my girlfriend gave me like 2 huge bags of baby clothes, about a bag and a half of boy stuff, and about a half a bag of girl clothes because we don't know what I'm having yet. So maybe I'll show you a couple cute pieces that I really like from that, from her like daughter and son. And I took my belly button ring out a few days ago because I took it out for my last ultrasound. So I guess my 21-week ultrasound, I took it out before I went, and then I left it out for a few days. And when I put it back in, it stuck out a lot. Like it's both ends of the belly button ring sticks out, like you can see it through my clothes, and it kind of just like, not really hooks, but I don't know, I just feel like it's popping out. And it was kind of a little bit uncomfortable, and I didn't want to get stretch marks because I know like a couple of my friends got stretch marks from their belly button ring, so I just took it out and now I'm ringless. My left ear, yeah, is still bothering me, always clogging. Oh, and I got it on video of the baby kicking. It was right before bed that I got it. Maybe I'll insert that here too. It's super cute. It's just like little kicks. I can feel movement too. I did write that somewhere. I must have missed that. Oh, I missed it on 21 weeks. So I noticed too that I can feel, that I can feel the baby on both sides of my belly. So it's, for example, if I'm like lying down, like I can feel, sometimes I'll feel the baby like on the bottom and then on the top at the same time. So it must be like, the baby must be like stretched right across my belly, and I can feel it on both sides. That's pretty cool. And I didn't write this down, but I started like feeling movements, not just like kicks or twitches, how I like to call them. I can't really tell like what body part it is or like what's happening, but I can just kind of feel like movement, and it's a weird feeling. But I think that's it for this video. I didn't show you guys the ultrasound pictures. I might just pop it up on the screen, or I might insert it here, but this one is my all-time favorite picture from the 3D ultrasound. Every time I look at this picture, my heart melts. It's so cute. But this is it here. It's just, you can see such, like, I just feel like you can see such detail, like, oh, it's just so cute. I love it. He's all, like, so snuggled up, he or she. And then there was this one. It's super cute too. Hands up by the face. That's a hand here, and this is an arm, in case you couldn't tell. I sent that one to my mom and she could not figure it out, so just pointing that out. And then I had a few other pictures too. I'll just like put those up on the screen though. It's probably easier than trying to show you here. But yeah, I think that's it. I think it's time for a bump date. I didn't give you guys one in my last video because I was late filming it. I think I was like 21 weeks, so only like last week. Sorry. But I'll give you an update now. Just 1 second. Okay, I know my head's cropped off, but oh well. So this is with a pretty baggy shirt on. Yeah, I feel like I can kind of still hide it if I wanted to, just not with tight clothing. Maybe I'll switch to a tight shirt after just to show you, but This is the belly. Like, this is sucking in. But you can kind of see the line on the bottom, so it doesn't come up yet. It's just from the bottom, my belly button down. But yeah, I feel like it's a very awkward shape today. But yep, it's getting kind of hard. Okay, so this is with a top, or a tight top on. But yeah, I feel like this is a better view. But yeah, my belly is kind of pointy from the front and from the other side. Yeah, so definitely you can tell that I have a bump. I don't know if you can tell from back on. I don't know. But yeah, that is the bump update for 23 weeks.